this is Miss Joanna Bunting. She is the Industry, Innovative and Science Counsellor of the Embassy of Australia in Beijing, China. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
So let's start. The first question is, what is the advantage of Australia in terms of technology and innovation, especially in fields like big data and AI technology?
Absolutely. Australia, as I'm sure many people know, is a wonderful country with a lot of economic growth and opportunities. And what that has meant is that Australia has very, very high capabilities in science and technology. We only have 0.3% of the world's population, but we contribute over 4% to new knowledge through scientific publications and research. We also have 15 Nobel laureates, and 13 of them are in science, technology, engineering and maths. And I think the one that should be the most famous, and I hope everyone learns this and can tell their friends, it's Australia that invented Wi-Fi. Our Commonwealth Scientific Industrial Research Organisation, CSIRO, invented Wi-Fi. So where would we all be without that today? In the really important fields for Smart China of AI and big data, etc., I have just come from the first forum on big data and AI after the opening ceremony here this morning, where the second speaker was a very famous professor from the University of Melbourne in Australia talking about his AI. There is leading research in Australia on AI, on quantum computing, on big data, and that research is being done in an international context because all research is more efficient and has better outcomes with partnerships internationally. So Australia is looking to use its very strong skills and very strong knowledge, but looking to do it with international partners, particularly in areas of new technology.
That's very impressive. And we know Australia and China has a close cooperation. And particularly, I want to know what's the current situation of the cooperation between Australia and Chongqing.
Yeah.
In what aspects are they working together?
Oh, many. Australia and China has close cooperation in technology since the 1960s. And today there is a treaty-level agreement at central government. There is joint funding. Last year, our governments agreed on a new dialogue on innovation. And the sheer numbers for cooperation, when Australian technology entrepreneurs lodge patents overseas, they come to China as the third most popular destination in the world. So they might go to the US or UK still first, but China is next, and the real number for that is growing very fast. And in research cooperation for publications, that is the same. With Chongqing cooperation, Chongqing is very well known for its strengths in automotive, in logistics, increasingly in health, biomedical and pharmaceutical, and intelligent manufacturing or advanced manufacturing. Last year, Australia and China agreed at the national premier level that the priorities for our joint cooperation for the near future would be medical technologies and pharmaceuticals, advanced manufacturing and energy resources. So you can see for Chongqing, that is a very positive area of priorities that are agreed.
And a lot of opportunities.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Since it's the first edition of Smart China Expo, so what has Australia brought to this grand event? Any cool technologies or new products?
Oh, there are. I'm going to visit the Australian pavilion shortly. This is also my first trip to Chongqing in any time, so I was very excited. And the thing that I thought was very interesting when I arrived and visited the centre was that it's quite like Sydney. There's lots of tall buildings, there's lots of development, there's lots of hills. There's a lot of people speaking Chinese. Sydney has many people of Chinese heritage who live there, so it's a very multicultural city. And the traffic and parking of cars is a problem. And there's a Sydney company that is here at this expo, which has technology in elevators, dianxi, or lifts. And one of their applications of the technology is really large-scale lifts to better store and stack cars when they're parked. So you can drive your car in, and then the elevator system will move it so that someone else can drive in, and then you can stack many, many more cars in a space, and you can organize that and how it goes in a much smarter way. So that's a very, very smart technology, and I think shows the synergies between the Australian and the Chinese experience.
And it will be very helpful for the traffic here.
Yes, yes.
A huge problem.
I think that's an area where AI can definitely help too. If we can better organize the traffic lights and the traffic flows, that's a challenge for everyone in the world.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for taking your time in our interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.